Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress Video. So today, we are going to talk about, I'm in a mirror image, the Three of Swords. So, okay, I don't think that the Three of Swords is just a breakup. I mean, obviously, no tarot card is just one thing, right? But I don't really see the Three of Swords as a breakup that often, actually. It's a continuation of the Two of Swords, right? So when we talked about the Two of Swords, we talked about setting boundaries and shutting out the outside world so that you can figure out what you think about a thing, right? And I think that the Three of Swords is a continuation of that. So you've shut out the world and you've figured out what it is that you want out of your life. And now in the Three, which unfortunately I didn't get this recorded while we were still in the Three of Swords. This will probably get uploaded on Friday. So we're actually in day 2 of Four of Swords right now. But this is just when the video got made. So Three of Swords. So the thing about Three of Swords, so you have now identified, let's say, you have now identified what, I feel like, which way should I scoot so that I'm more in the center? Okay, closer to the center. So the thing about Three of Swords is you have now identified what you want out of your life, right? You've identified what's working for you and what's not working for you in the Two of Swords. And now it's time to take it. Now you've identified, let's say the Three of Swords for you is 3 separate things in your life that you need to let go of. I think of the Three of Swords as I think of all the threes as a portal. And the thing about them is what you have to do to get through the portal. So for like the Three of Wands, in order to get through the portal, you have to have a goal. You have to have a passion. You have to want to walk through that portal. And then with the Three of Cups, you have to hold hands with someone to walk through the portal. You have to go in with someone. And with the Three of Pentacles, you not only have to go in with someone, but you have to go in with something that brings something very different to the table than you do. But with the Three of Swords, in order to step through that portal, that 3 portal, you have to put something down. And an important realization that I made this particular Three of Swords season, which went from like October 2nd through 12th, about ish, give or take a day on either side. It depends on the astrology, where things are in the sky and shit. One thing that I realized this time is that, okay, so what are the Three Swords? The Three Swords are something that is sticking in your heart, that's sticking in your emotional center, in your heart chakra, something that is preventing you from living your fullest life, right? So, but the thing about it is, if you took all 3 swords out at once, you'd bleed out. So in order to step through the portal of the 3, the way that I think of threes, you have to take out one of those swords and put them down. But you're not taking them all out at once. That's too much. So say during your Two of Swords time, you identified 3 things that are like, okay, these are 3 things I need to give up. Or these are 3 things I really need to cut back on. Or these are 3 people in my life that I need to let go of. Don't do it all at once. The Three of Swords is the call to let go of one of those things, to concentrate on one of those things at a time, because you can't fit through the portal. Like, so you got these 2 swords coming out of your heart here, and then you've got the one that's in here, right? If you try to go forward through the portal, the 2 swords on the sides are gonna hit the portal and you can't get through. But if you turn sideways, that this is stupid visual, but the sword coming out the center of your chest is going to stop you from going through. So you just need to pick the one. And probably it depends on your energy level at the time, you know? Like, most likely one of those swords is going to be like the sword that needs to be taken out. And then the other two are kind of littler things. So it just depends. Like, do you want to take out one of the littler things, conquer one of those littler breakups, for lack of a better term? Because I do, you know, there is something that needs to be broken up with whenever we're in Three of Swords territory. But it doesn't have to be a person. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It doesn't mean that someone's cheating on you. I read a book once, I won't say which one, where it was like, I'm sorry, honey, you get the Three of Swords, it means your man's cheating on you or something. It's like, okay. Nothing is that cut and dry in tarot, for sure. So let me check my notes and see. It's about taking one out and waiting for it to heal before you take the next one out. So I mean, that's the whole thing. I feel like I could just stop here. In the two, you decided what's working for you and what's not, and you've identified these three swords that you need to take out. But you just have to figure out which one to take out first, and don't take them all out at once, because that's too much. You're going to bleed out. You're going to bleed out. And then, okay, I guess I can just segue. So that's kind of my, that's sort of the Three of Swords topic. And then the rest of this video, I guess I can just kind of like talk about what's going on with me. And I am using my regular video camera. I think it should be okay. But if it just dies randomly, it's been doing that lately, I'll just work with it. If I die mid-sentence, that's just how it is. So I identified as my sort of three swords right now. One of them is YouTube, one of them is shopping addiction shit, and then one of them is just trauma in general. And I'm not going to really go into that one very much, but the short version of the story is just I've identified some trauma in my life. Not like I'm seeing it for the first time, but I am seeing it through a new lens that is helping me heal from it. But for me, it was a lesson of like, don't try to do all the things at once. This year in general has been a lesson of Knight of Pentacles. I have to slow the fuck down in many different areas of my life. I have to remind myself, okay, you don't need to do it all at once. All right now, slow down. So maybe that's one of the swords. One of the swords is my tendency to rush through everything that I think I need to do. It's like, if I have a to-do list in the day, I want to check all the things off the list really, really fucking quick so I can relax. When I need to make those things on my to-do list as enjoyable as possible. I need to see them more like Zen activities, because it's life. Life is getting shit done, and you have to do it to a certain extent. I mean, there's definitely some things that you don't have to do, but there are other things you gotta fucking do it, you know? And you gotta just get it done. Like this week, even though I wanted to work on a creative project, I decided Monday I was gonna spend the day cleaning the house. Because then the rest of the week when I'm working on my creative project and when I'm getting other stuff done, other creative projects and things, I'll be doing it in a clean house, you know? And nobody wants to clean their house, but it needs to be done. So, I mean, this is just stupid examples of things. But I gave up YouTube. Did I say this already? I can't remember. I gave up YouTube for the entirety of Three of Swords this season. So it was 9 days. 9 days. No YouTube. There was 3 videos that I actually watched during that time period. I'm a patron of someone who, they put up a few videos a week for their patrons. And it is through YouTube. So I was watching it through the portal of Patreon, but it was technically YouTube videos. I watched 2 of those, and I also watched one other video. Oh yeah, I watched one video that I was, Michael just got home, so he's probably gonna come up to the door right now. I watched one video that was, I didn't tell him I was recording because this is not the time he would normally be getting home from work. That was, I decided that I was allowed to watch it while I was on the treadmill. It was a 40-minute video. That was a couple days ago. It was really hard for me because I identified that I am spending a lot of my time every day, to an unhealthy degree, watching YouTube videos. Not only just, you know, stuff that's really great and really fun to do, like watching videos that my friends make that have YouTube channels, which is awesome, but also watching, just watching stuff just to have on in the background. It's like the equivalent of like what my parents or grandparents like might have just been watching TV, you know, just having TV on in the background. It's like some kind of companionship. And it's like, it's not like that's necessarily inherently bad or wrong, of course. Like, I love YouTube. I love that, you know, any type of channel can be out there, ranging from like the least produced, least edited, most lo-fi, like my channel, to all the way up to like basically movie production values. You know, I love that like people can talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. And I love YouTube. I love it. That's why I'm here. But too much of a good thing is still too much. And that was part of my Two of Swords process. Also, is realizing I needed to shut down the thoughts of everyone else for a minute so I can figure out what my own thoughts are. And that was a thing that I consciously chose at the end of Two of Swords season. Oh, I'm going to spend Three of Swords. Actually, I think it was day 1 of Three of Swords, because I didn't technically start till day 2. I was like, okay, I'm going to spend 9 days off of YouTube. And it was hard, and it was, I mean, I didn't have any big realizations or anything like that, but it was important for me to, reclaim my time, because all of those vast acres of space in my day that was taken up by YouTube, I was then reading, writing in my journal. Okay, so little reveal, just a little reveal. I started working on a project that I've been intending to do since like January. I had the idea that I wanted to do this particular thing. And then I got COVID right as like I was about to start this project and really get serious about it. And then I just got derailed until now, you know? And it is something that's very close to my heart, very important to me. More information to be determined, but essentially this is it. This is the title card for an oracle deck that will be at a link near you soon. I don't know how well you could see that because my video camera's not the best, but I did that. And would I have done that if I had been just, and I'm on vacation right now too, so part of it was also, I don't want to spend my entire vacation just sitting around watching YouTube videos. I don't want to do that. So giving myself that space and time that I would normally be filling with other people's thoughts, just mindlessly in the background for companionship, I actually reallocated that time. And it didn't happen right away, and it didn't happen the entire time. I wasn't like super fucking productive. I got that project done, but luckily I already had like a second draft that I was working with. This is not a deck that I created from scratch during this 9-day period. It was just me creating the more final version of it. I'm not done. I still need to upload the imagery to MPC. I still need to order myself a prototype. I still need to submit my design if I like my prototype. You know, it still has more work Like, it's not going to be available for you guys for maybe a month or two. But the point is, and it didn't happen right away. You know, the first several days of my days off of YouTube, I was doing other things or doing nothing at all. You know, I was working on my Buffy podcast, or my Patreon stuff, or my radio show, or, you know, whatever. I went camping also, which I didn't have any signal while I was camping. And that was great, because that was another, like, not only did I not have YouTube as a distraction, but I didn't have any internet as a distraction. So that was a really great thing to be doing during Three of Swords Season 2, because it's a sacrifice, right? Three of Swords season is or Three of Swords as a concept is a sacrifice. You are letting go of something. And it could be something that's good for you, or something that's bad for you, or something that's bad for you in large amounts, but in smaller amounts it's actually good for you. Like, that's kind of how I view YouTube. And I'm back now that I'm in Four of Swords season. I have watched a couple videos today, and I'm back bringing you a video. But yeah, I feel like I'm out of practice too. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. But essentially, identifying what is sucking up all of your time is useful. Giving things up periodically is useful for certain periods of time. And it's not necessarily about deprivation. It's about like, there's this concept in psychology called the extinction burst. And I think I'm misinterpreting it, so don't take this as any kind of like psychological fact. But essentially, like, usually it's described as like someone is doing a bad behavior, and right before they quit doing it forever, they amp up that behavior like extremely. That, I don't know how that actually... I've always thought of that concept in a way of like the opposite can also cancel it out, right? So you're trying to stop a behavior, you can just go ahead and you're trying to cut back on a behavior. So you stop it completely for a period of time and then reintegrate it. It really, it sounds stupid when I say it out loud. Like, how does that have anything to do with that extinction burst thing that you just described? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I am not actually explaining myself very well right now, but that's okay. The problem is I've been meaning to make this video for like 2 weeks now, and I just haven't done it. So it's better for me personally to start recording a video within a couple of days of deciding I'm going to do it. So that this just ended up on the bottom of my priority list, actually, because I was working on that Oracle deck, and more info later. I was working on that Oracle deck, and I was camping and I've been on vacation, so I've been just like, it's been absolutely amazing, actually. I've had plenty of time. I've actually finished a book. I've had time to like do things that I wanted to do. It's been really, really good, actually. But the point that I'm trying to make here, I don't actually know. So I think I will stop talking now. Oh my God, is this even usable footage? I don't know. The point is, don't try to take all the swords out at once, because you're going to bleed out. Just one at a time. One at a time. Take it slow. Take it slow. Okay.